Uso agora a palavra ao Sr. Deputado Mário Matsakis, que fala em nome do Grupo da Aliança dos Democratas Liberais para a Europa e tem 3 minutos para usar a palavra.
President, Commissioner, many congratulations to Mr. Van den Berg for his excellent report. The scourge of corruption is neither new nor rare. It has accompanied human activity since ancient times, and it is widespread both amongst the developing as well as the developed countries. The only difference being that in the developed countries is practiced more professionally and more elegantly, and is thus more difficult to recognize. So, with corruption being so common and extensive, how effective have attempts been made at international level to curb it? Not much, I'm afraid. The estimated amount of $1 trillion paid in bribes today is not less than the corresponding amount in previous years. In fact, it is more. And the reason is simple. Corruption cannot be controlled by signing conventions and declarations alone, but by strict implementation of such conventions and declarations by all concerned. And to that effect, we in the developed world must give the good example. So, while passing judgment on corruption in the developing world, let's look at ourselves. Also, let's consider critically our own state of affairs, and let's problematize ourselves by asking some simple questions. How free from corruption is a system in which allows US government officials at the highest level, and names like Cheney and Rumsfeld come to mind, to also allegedly be involved and have personal interest in companies awarded multi-million contracts in Iraq and Afghanistan? How corruption-free is to have the wife of the Prime Minister of Britain, Mrs. Blair, working for a large law firm and taking up highly politically sensitive cases which directly involve and are affected by political decisions taken by her husband? Shouldn't the Roman proverb, the wife of Caesar must not only be honest, but must also be seen to be honest, apply here? How free from corruption is a system which allows UN officials and other related persons, including the son of the UN Secretary General, to be accused of involvement in oil for aid scandals? And closer to home, how corruption-free can the system be seen to be when members or their close relatives of the European Parliament and other EU institutions involved in making legislation are at the same time members of boards of companies or are stakeholders in companies which stand to make huge profits from such legislation? Is a simple declaration of interest really good enough? Lastly, colleagues, may I draw your attention to 2 amendments by Mr. Christovskis concerning Recital N and Para 22. These amendments correct a mistake which was made in the original report in Recital N, in which the name of Cyprus was omitted from the list of EU members that have not yet ratified the 1997 OECD Convention. In fact, Cyprus has repeatedly attempted to participate in the OECD, but Turkey, for political reasons unrelated to the subject, blocked such participation. By voting positively for these 2 amendments, we will make it possible for Malta, Lithuania, Latvia and Cyprus to ratify the OECD Convention. Thank you very much.